Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is all about Aries. This pick a card reading is just for you, Aries. This is about what is coming in March of 2020 for you. You have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 is pyrite. Pile number 2 is represented by a goldstone. And pile number 3 is represented by a superb druzy. Go ahead and choose a pile that resonates with you. And while you're doing that, I'm going to take a moment to say that if you like this reading, please hit that like button. Feel free to comment. I'd love to hear about what's going on in your life, how this reading affects you. I've met some really wonderful people on this channel, and I'm looking forward to meeting even more. So leave me a comment down below, and also think about subscribing and hitting that bell icon. I try to upload every day, and once a month I upload monthly zodiac readings. So here we go. Let's get into it, Aries. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. If you need a little bit more time, go ahead and pause that video. We're going to get started. So you chose the pyrite, pile number 1. And we have 2 piles of cards here. We have love and relationships and career and finances. I'm going to get started with love and relationships. We have the Page of Pentacles. This sees you meeting someone new. Could be someone younger. Could be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is someone who is a student or likes to learn about things, or maybe has a lot of knowledge. Very educated. The Page of Wands says this is someone you're excited about, Aries. The Page of Wands is seen as an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So, yeah, that's neat. They're saying temper yourself. You're excited about this connection, but they're saying play it cool. And trust your intuition. Trust your instinct. You know, maybe the cards are saying play it cool, but your instinct's saying ask them on a date. But trust your instinct. Stand independent and strong in and of yourself, or maybe they are. But you're manifesting this relationship into being. You're going to make this happen. So either you have met or you are going to meet someone you find very exciting, someone who is really educated and all about learning, someone who wants to see the world and is open to seeing it in any way. Someone you're excited about, but you know, the cards are saying kind of temper yourself and trust your intuition. You're a strong person, or they're a strong person, and you're manifesting them into your life, but maybe you need to start off as friends first. Or maybe, you know, they're not as into you as you are into them. And so they're saying kind of temper yourself and see how things are feeling. Trust your intuition on this and stand strong in yourself, because you're a really amazing person. You're exciting. You're dynamic. You're probably really intelligent too. You can kind of balance anything. You're the sort of person where, like, if you come into a room and people are fighting, you're probably the one breaking it up. And you're probably the one doing it in such a way that both sides are, like, laughing and giggling by the end. Because you're very good at understanding how to kind of calm people down and bring them back to their core being, who they want to be. So that is what I'm seeing for you in relationships. You have 3 major arcana cards. These 3 major cards are saying that this reading is somewhat important, and it's telling you to trust your intuition, temper yourself a little bit, and make this work for you. Make this come into your life through putting the work in, through getting to know them, through learning their likes and dislikes, and taking time to know who they are as a person. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1, Aries, as far as love and relationships. Let's get into your career and finances. We have the Holly King. The Holly King is someone who seeks out wisdom. They're kind of like the major arcana version of the Page of Pentacles, which you had in your love reading. So, you know, this could be you going out to learn something new, a new job, a new skill at your job or for your job. But whatever it is, it's going to make you financially successful, because we see financial growth here with the King of Pentacles. And the Earth Mother says this is something that you're creating. We have an authority figure here. This is usually a religious authority figure. This is your priest or your rabbi. But a lot of times it can also be a counselor, a career counselor, a school counselor, your therapist. This is someone with the wisdom and the authority to do something about it. You know, the Holly King might be your friend with a PhD in psychology, but they don't ever, you know, they never studied applied psychology, if that makes sense. They've never used it in a actual patient setting. They've only ever done research with their psychology degree. This has you going to someone who has got the degree and has done the patient work. Let me see where this is going. We have the Lord and the Lady, or the Lady and the Lord, which is the Lover's card. And the Ten of Pentacles, which is financial success. You're either learning something new about your career that has you growing in leaps and bounds and has you creating things you never thought you could. Or you're kind of pulling away from your job because you're financially successful somewhere else, maybe somewhere creative, maybe you have a side business doing something, and that's what you really love doing. That's what you really want to do. And if it wasn't for insurance and taxes and rent payments and car payments, you would absolutely be doing that thing full time. But, you know, the type of job it is, it necessitates a, you know, solid job with a paycheck coming in. But really, I see this more as like you're seeking out knowledge to learn something more about something. And, you know, you're financially stable and successful. But like this new thing, this just one new thing adds something to the mix that like allows you to just be happy and create this life that you've always wanted for yourself. So hopefully this one thing comes in quick. Whatever it is, I'm really excited for you, Aries, because this is beautiful. This has you growing in a solid way outside of what you know, normally thought. Another possibility is there's someone at work who you kind of rely on and depend on, your sort of work partner, your work wife, and you guys are going to be working on a project together that is really going to be successful for you and for the company. You're both going to wind up in a place of power at some point, but you got to learn to work together and try and be creative about it. So that is what I have for you, my lovely Aries number ones, in career and finance, love and relationships. I hope that March brings you nothing but the best, because you guys deserve it. And I love you. Take care of yourselves. Pile number 2, you chose the gold stone. And we have 2 sets of cards. We have love and relationships and career and finances. We're going to get started with love and relationships. A broken heart. Oh, I'm sorry your heart's been broken, Aries. You don't deserve that. You guys are so loving. You're worried. This broken heart has you really worried and stressed out, but you're changing the way you look at it. And you're putting an end to whatever's breaking your heart. And you're starting to celebrate. Maybe it's maybe you're putting an end to a third-party situation. But here's your card. So you're taking control of your life and what you want to have for your life. Because you're a star and you deserve a star. All of this is divinely guided. And you're going to be happy, Aries. You have the sun here. Fellow fire sign Leo coming to say it's all okay. You got the star card and the sun card. So let's move you up here where you could take a good look. In your relationship reading, you have had a rough go of it. You've been heartbroken. You're worried. But you're changing the way you look at something, and you're cutting that out. You're celebrating who and where you are now. Because you're realizing your worth. And you're realizing the good things that you have around you. So you're either cutting loose a bad relationship, or you're cutting loose a bad past and starting with a new future. But I have you celebrating yourself and realizing how amazing you are. Whether you are leaving this person that's causing you this stress or pain, or whether you're the person causing the stress or pain, I don't think you are. I think you've kind of had your heart broken and it's really kept you up at night. Like, why not me? Why did they choose that other person? And you're sort of making the choice to put an end to that way of thinking. You're making a choice to celebrate who you are, Aries, because you're a star and you deserve good things. You know? Like the ram, you just kind of, you're big and you're cuddly and you're sweet until someone gets on your bad side and then you're going to bowl them over. But for the most part, you guys are really good-hearted, loving people. And I'm glad that you're cutting this out. I'm glad you've changed the way you look at it. I'm glad you're not letting this hurt keep you from sleeping, keep you from living the life you want to live. I'm glad you're putting an end to this because you deserve this. You deserve the sun. You deserve the star. You deserve all the good things, Aries. Celebrate yourself because you're beautiful. You're amazing and you deserve it. You deserve it. It's right here. You deserve it. You deserve good things. So you're either putting an end to a relationship or the way you felt about a relationship or some bad stuff that happened in a relationship. And you're deciding to focus on loving yourself. And you know what? You can't really go wrong with that. You guys aren't ones to do that. You're not ones to do the whole self-care routine because you're the emperor. You're running an entire empire. You have every king in the kingdom coming to you, and so you don't usually take time for yourself, but you need to, and you're realizing that. That is a beautiful thing because you're freaking amazing. You're a superstar right here, a superstar. So don't think of yourself as less than. Change that thought. Cut that shit out because you're a superstar. You deserve so much better than to be heartbroken, than to be up late worrying and tossing and turning about what you're going to do. You deserve better. And once you realize that, once you realize that and are like, fuck this shit, I'm out, then you start celebrating who you are and what you want, and your life starts like just glowing. So that's what I have for you in love and relationships, my beautiful Aries. You guys, look at this. I mean, shoot, you guys are amazing. You're fun. And you know how to have fun without making it too much. Does that make sense? You're really good about helping people where you see it. And, you know, kind of blowing through obstacles. And sometimes we need to blow through some obstacles. And those obstacles can be 20 years in the past, just haunting our brains. And this is saying that's what you're kind of in the middle of doing. So I'm proud of you. That's not easy to do. Let's see what's going on in your work. Ugh, more worry. My goodness. You are not sleeping well. I want you to maybe talk to someone about sleeping. Maybe talk to your doctor. You have 2 Nine of Swords here. Sleep can cause a lot of medical issues. Lack of sleep. I know I have lupus, and for me, when I don't sleep, I'm like 10 times worse and way more prone to a flare-up. So, get some sleep. Yeesh. 5 of Wands, conflict. It can also be conflict resolution. Maybe you're finally facing whatever is causing this fear, both in your personal and your work life. There's change coming. Something massive, major change. Major change, because you have the Death card and the Tower. And the Justice card. So this change is in your favor. There's no more sleepless nights. There's no more fighting. You're walking away from all of that pain. You're walking away from feeling like a victim or being treated like you're nothing or being treated like you can't do anything or feeling like you can't do anything right. You're walking away from that because you realize you don't deserve that. Yeah. The witch. Didn't you have the magician? No. Nope, you had the hangman. Apologies. So the witch is the magician, and it says that you're manifesting something. The Knight of Cups is a job offer. You're manifesting a job offer. The perfect job offer. So let's see what we have here. Pile number 2, Aries. For your career and finances, you're having a rough go. Things seem to be falling apart for you, but you're making a change in some way. You are either winning a court case or things start sort of rolling out and working out in your favor, and you start walking away from this trapped, awful feeling, and you start manifesting something better. I mean, the Knight of Cups is an offer of love. This is not a love reading. This is a career reading. So the Knight of Cups is, a job offer or a financial offer. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas. So this is somewhat important in your career. Sorry about that. But you're not happy. You're either not happy where you're at, or you're not happy in your personal life, because you've got that there too. And being unhappy in your personal life and not being able to sleep is causing conflicts at work, which forces you to make some major changes. And you get the justice you're due once you walk away from this feeling, once you realize you're not a victim. You are not, even if you've been through hell, you're not a victim. You're a survivor. You're a badass. You don't deserve to feel like this. Don't let yourself get penned into this way of thinking that you can only be this thing, that you can only do this thing, because you have the power to do so much more here. You are manifesting a whole new life, a whole new career, a whole new, way of living for yourself. You've got a lot of hard times here. You've been sad and just rough. But look at all these cards. I mean, they're telling you things are going to get better. They're telling you, yes, you have been through hell. But stop feeling like you somehow deserved it, because you didn't. Nobody deserves it, except for the people who do. Sorry, I'm a little tired. But nobody deserves to go through this. Nobody deserves to have heartbreak and pain and sleepless nights. Nobody deserves to feel like there's nothing but conflict and pain at work. But I see you walking away from this. I see you happy and justified in where you're at and what you're doing. I see you manifesting a better, happier life for yourself. Whether that's in that same job and you just change the way you look at it. Maybe you let go of something in that job that was causing you all of this pain and sleepless nights. Maybe you're like, you know what? I thought I could be this thing, but it's time to change. It's time that, you know, I've done my job. I've done my work. It's time for me to do, you know, better for me. It's time to do for me. I see, you know, like maybe they have you on a project that you're working with someone else, and you're doing the lion's share of the work, but they're getting all the credit. And I see you like laying that down and walking away from that and going, no, I deserve better. And I see you manifesting that for yourself because you deserve it. You 100% deserve it. You have justice on your side. You have the witch saying you're manifesting. You have the Knight of Cups saying a better offer, a better something is coming in for you. So hang in there. It may seem difficult. It may seem like you're just constantly having to fight for everything in your life right now. But I promise you, if things are falling apart, it's only so that something better can come together. And I'm sure you guys are like, oh, the old cliche, but I've had it happen in my own life. Sometimes when everything feels like it's at the worst possible point, that's where we could see what we truly deserve and what we truly need. And we can walk away from these thoughts that we're not good enough. Because you are good enough, Aries. You are strong enough. You are smart enough. And gosh darn it, you are amazing enough. You don't deserve worry and fighting and misery and feeling like a victim. You deserve to stand in your strength, in your power, and realize what an amazing person that you are. That is what I have for you, my lovely Aries number 2, as far as work and finances go. Walk away from anything that makes you feel like this. Walk away from anything that makes you feel like this. Even if it's just the thought that you're a victim, that you're not good enough, that you can never, walk away from that. Because there's a thing called, well, we've all heard of the law of attraction. What you get is what you give. The golden rule, treat other people the way you want to be treated. But there is something out there that says, it's called self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think you can't, you're right. But if you think you can, you're right too, usually. It all depends on how you look at things. And I want you to start looking at things with a lighter and happier heart, Aries. Because you deserve better. You deserve amazing things. You work hard for the people in your life. You work hard for yourself. And you deserve everything. All the good things. I love you guys. Aries, pile number 3. You chose the Superb Druzy. And it is indeed superb. We have 2 piles here. We have love and relationships and career and finances. We're going to get started with your love and relationship reading. We have the King of Cups. This is a loving, caring water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is the guy that he, checks on you to see how you're doing. He wants to make sure you're okay. If he's getting up to get a glass of wine or water or what have you, he asks, do you want something? He's very good. He's very indulgent. He likes the finer things in life. He's also good with emotions. He knows how to process them and he knows how to use them. I see a choice here. The 2 of Swords says there's a choice that needs to be made that is not being made currently. The King of Swords says that there is an Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius involved in this somehow. Someone very, very intelligent. So you may have someone who is really, really passionate and exciting and loving, and someone who is really, really intellectual and smart that you can philosophize with. And you're trying to decide. The Hierophant says that you are making a decision. You are choosing someone to be in a relationship with. or you are talking to a spiritual advisor. It can also be a psychologist or a counselor about this situation. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. And the Hierophant. This is a sure marriage in the future. The King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, obviously, they're the same suit. They're married. The Hierophant is a marriage card. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to say for a decision, you should probably go for the Queen and the King of Cups. I don't know your life. I do know that there is the Wheel of Fortune spinning in your favor, which is a good thing. So let's bring it a little bit closer. We have here a choice. You have a choice. This is what I'm seeing for you, pile number 3. In your love life, you have a choice. You have a loving, caring man and someone who you enjoy really talking with and spending time with, but it may not have gotten physical. It may all just be cerebral. But you're kind of putting off making this choice between these two people. But you want to be in a relationship, and you're the Queen of Cups. So being someone who, is a loving, caring, emotional person, trying to be with someone who is very cerebral and can possibly come off as a little bit cold, it might not work. Now, this person may or may not be a water sign. This may just be saying that you have a love match here and you're having to decide. If that's the case, you're going to trust your intuition. You're going to trust the one that you feel safest with. The one that you never have to worry about stepping out on you. The one that you never have to worry about spilling your darkest secrets to anyone. Because that's the one who's going to love you. That's the one who's going to be your true mate. That's the one who's going to be your husband or wife or other. I don't know how this whole othership thing works. I'm learning that too. I'm a little bit of an older woman, so forgive me for that. But, I see you choosing between two people, or possibly between two things, between a person and a job. But you're choosing what is best for you, because you're listening to your gut, you're listening to your intuition, and you're making the choice that is best for you. And when you make that choice, the wheel spins in your favor and good things happen for you. You only have 2 major arcana, so this isn't a major thing in your relationships or love life. The other possibility is you're fighting. You're at odds with what you want to do with this person. Maybe you guys are planning a vacation for the summer, and one of you wants to go to like Cancun, and one of you wants to go to, a ski resort. They're saying, this decision is being put off. But like all good couples, you're going to make the decision to compromise. Maybe instead of taking 2 weeks at a ski resort, you take a week at the ski resort and then a week in the Bahamas, or vice versa. Or maybe you maybe you go to Florida, or you go to Arizona, or you go somewhere else. But this could be you making a choice or a compromise in your love life, or it could be you choosing between two people. So that is what I have for you, pile number 3. But things end up working in your favor by the end of March for sure, if not before then. So remember, you deserve a loving person, someone who's going to take care of you and be there for you and be reliable for you. So let's see what's going on in your career. You've been carrying a bit of a burden in your career. It's been a little bit of a rough spot. Carrying this heavy load, the road looks tough. You're not sure if you're going to get through, but if you look, all the way through, that path is clear. We have you moving on to a healing place. The 6 of Athames, or the 6 of Swords, talks about moving on. You see, there's no green in this land. There's no leaves on the trees. Nothing can grow there. The water is so violent that, you know, if the horse were to lean over and take a drink, it would be pulled out by an undertow. But now they're moving into this still water where the horse can lean over and take a drink, where there is flowers and greenery growing. Things are getting better. You've been in a rough position, but things are improving in your career. Things improve in your career when you find contentment and happiness within yourself. When you're able to heal from this being a burden, and it starts, you know, you start every day being happy with what you have and where you're at, then you can move forward in a lusty and exciting way. You can move forward in a passionate way that allows you to be happy with who you are, the King of Wands, Mr. Aries, and where you're at. Because you're a superstar. Superstar. The star card says this is all divinely guided and that you're a superstar. You're amazing. Celebrate yourself. The Three of Chalices is telling you to celebrate. Celebrate who you are in life and what you have accomplished. Because you have a wish being granted here. The Nine of Chalices is a wish being granted. You have the world coming in. Your end card is the World, which is pretty much the end card in Major Arcana. You only have 2 Major Arcana, so this is not a major thing happening in your career. But there is something that you see as a burden that you're kind of putting down and you're moving away from. And you're moving into a happier way. Perhaps there's a new project that you've got going on that you're really excited about. It brings you some harmony in your life. Brings you some excitement. It's something you wanted to do. It's something that you feel like you're really good at. And it's something that just means the world to you. The other possibility here is I see you in a career where you're just unhappy. And you decide to move on and you find a career that makes you happy and you embrace it and you rush into it and it's meant to be. So celebrate because you wind up with everything you ever wanted and you wind up with your world just glowing and happy. Another possibility is you were having a tough time somewhere else in your life and it was sort of impacting your work, but now you're healing and your work is happy with what you've been doing. They're excited about you being there. They think you're a star. They're celebrating you. They're saying that you're their wish granted, and you've got the world ahead of you. No matter what happens in your career, there's something that's been hurting you, but it's healing. You move on. You're happy. You're excited again. You're celebrating. You're thrilled. Your wishes are granted. You're moving forward and getting everything you want in life, Aries. Pile number 3. And that's what I have for you. That looks amazing. I hope that happens for you because you guys deserve it. You guys, I'm not kidding. Aries is one of the hardest workers that does not get credit for how hard they work. So thank you for all you guys do. You are beautiful and you are amazing. And I want you to remember that. I love you.